Hey guys, this video is going to go on our How to Do Stuff in Japan playlist because we have done a few videos about fireworks in Japan, but somebody asked a couple of questions that we hadn't already covered, and it sort of raised a bit of an interesting point that if people are going to be visiting Japan and don't know about the fireworks thing, might be worth sort of giving you a few tips. So the images you're looking at here are actually in a convenience store. So if you just walk into a convenience store in Japan in summer, that's probably what you're going to see. Big piles of fireworks waiting for you to take them away. Starting price is about 600-700 yen for a packet of fireworks, and then it goes up to those big bags, about $60. This is a 100 yen shop. However, not everything in a 100 yen shop is 100 yen. It's worth keeping in mind as well. This is a home center. Home center, probably, if you're going to buy a quantity of fireworks, you want some good ones. That's a big mortar up there for about $5. Small mortar there for about $8. And then all these bags, $5 for that big bag of fireworks there. Come around the other side where the good ones are. Probably the home centers are the best value. You've got there, those big bags there are about $50 or $60 for a big bag. And there's big mortars in there, and there's little ones, and there's all sorts of stuff. It'd be a good night. $50, there you go, for the big bag. And that'd keep you going, because you've got really big mortars and things that obviously disappear pretty quickly, but you've also got lots of other little ones, little rockets and little things that you hold in your hand and all sorts of stuff. We'll actually show you what these look like in a minute, but a lot of these are just hold in your hand ones that just sort of fizz at the end of your hand. They're the most popular. And then these other ones here, these are the ones that shoot things out and go bang and things like that. So all this has been home centers and department stores you've been looking at so far. So they're just everywhere if you come in summer. Usually during the main summer months. So start appearing in the stores maybe in June and start disappearing from the stores during September probably. And then that's it. You don't see them again usually until the June of next year. So it's usually only the summer months that they're available. However, you can have them anytime you want, which means that what some people do, is stockpile them. Now these are our leftovers. This is what we're left with. We bought some at the beginning of summer, we burnt a whole heap of them, and this is just what we got left. Lots of rockets. We love our rockets, so there's lots and lots of rockets there. But you can stockpile if you want to. During the summer months you can get a big pile of them. If we've got visitors coming from Australia or from somewhere else during winter, sometimes in summer we'll stockpile some so that when they come in winter we can go and do fireworks on the beach or something. So these are the ones that are most popular, little ones like this, just little pretty ones that don't make any noise really. And the reason for that is that most people don't have sort of places to do the noisy ones, so usually they're doing it either just on the road outside their house, or maybe they're doing it, just outside the back door or something like that. So they need ones that aren't really noisy, aren't going to upset the neighbours, aren't terribly smoky, and aren't dangerous. So this tends to be what you see. You see lots of kids standing around holding ones like this, adults too. So the rockets, really shouldn't do them in residential areas. We're sort of out in the country a little bit, and we know who's home and who isn't. But we really shouldn't be doing them where there's houses, because the other thing is where they land. So we're not really supposed to do the rockets where there's other houses. Usually you'll find, if you go to beaches and places like that, you'll usually find signs. That's alright. But then again, see, we can't do them because there's houses around. We shouldn't be dropping them in houses. So usually if you go to the beach or go to a park or something like that, you'll see signs. And the sign might say no fireworks. Well, that's the end of that, isn't it? Or the sign might say fireworks till 10 o'clock. Something like that. That's often the case as well. They'll have a limit. So just as a rough rule, 10 o'clock's, it depends on the city or the town that you're in, what the local rules are, but generally the rule is 10 o'clock. Rockets and things like this you should only be doing on a beach or in a really open space somewhere, which isn't as easy to find in Japan as you think, because everything's either houses or trees or rice fields usually. So by a big river or by the ocean is probably the best. And then you just have to check for signs, see if there's signs that say whether you should be doing it or not. And the other thing you can do too is ask people. You know, nothing to stop you going by the local police station and asking them. You know, it's sort of worth the effort, because using fireworks in a place you're not supposed to, Japanese people really worry about fire, because traditionally fire has been a really big problem in Japan, because so many houses so close together, and a lot of them are still made of wood and will burn easily. So that's a real worry that a lot of people have. Just to let you know, this day that we're doing it, we knew one house was empty, another one we knew who was home at 6:30 at night, and it had been raining all day, so everything was wet. So we're a little bit more cocky than usual, so wouldn't recommend this normally. Best thing to do would be to ask your neighbours or ask the local police at the coal barn or something where it's okay to do it and where it isn't, and they'll tell you. There's always somewhere. It's a big part of Japanese culture, the fireworks. So, you know, people love doing it. You'll hear them in summer. You'll hear them. If you walk outside on the weekend in summer, you'll hear fireworks. You'll hear the really big displays that we've showed you that are because of festivals going on, the really big serious displays. And you'll just hear pop, 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 pop coming from people doing it. Oh, by the way, if you're going to do it, buy one of these. If you're not familiar with fireworks, if you don't have them in your country, then buy one of these things. Don't try lighting them with a normal lighter, because you'll end up really burning yourself. Those handheld flaring out things are really, really hot, and you'll burn your fingers. So these things are about $1 or $2 at the convenience store. Buy one of these, and that'll save you burning the tip off your finger, because seriously, they are really hot, those things that flame out the end. Really, really, really hot. And that leads us to the next thing that it's good to have too, is the bucket of water, because even when the thing stops flaming, they're usually still extremely hot. So just have a bucket of water there and drop all your sticks in there, and you'll hear when they hit the water, they go psss, so you know they're hot. See, look at that. That is really hot. That will burn the end off your finger if you try and light it with a normal cigarette lighter. So that'll be our tips. Buy one of those long sticks, have a bucket of water, ask the neighbours where it's okay to do fireworks and where it isn't, or ask the police. Ask somebody. Is worth doing before you start doing it. Assume that, you know, people won't want to hear the bang near their house. They won't want to see flame near their house, and they won't want to see smoke near their house. So do it in the wrong place, and the police will turn up, and there could be a penalty, or at least some embarrassment and some hassle. So this was really naughty. We thought this was going to flare up, right? Don't do this. Whoops. Whoops. Don't do that. More videos coming soon.